Hello everybody, JaffaArchfiend here, and well, patch 7.35 has launched for Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail, and with it has come a new allied society, this time for the Crafters. As a reminder, allied societies in Dawntrail are the Mamulja, who were the Gatherers, Pelu Pelu, who were the Disciples of Landon, who were Disciples of War and Magic, and they are kind of like, well, they're the reputation grinds and bonus content outside of the main story. So, let's see what we have here with the Yok Huy here in Urqopacha. In order to unlock this, you do need to have done a pair of quest lines from here, which are marked with the same kind of symbol as that, so bear that in mind. So, with that all said and done, let's dive right on in to our frosty neighbours here with the Yok Huy. Ah, a traveller from across the salt. Greetings. You may call me Farafar. Okay. You seem the type to have friends all along the width and breadth of our continent. Do you by any chance know any particular skilled artisans? If you could introduce them to me, I would be eternally grateful. Well, as it just so happens. You are adept hand at crafting? Well then I am in luck, as is all of Warlord's Echo. We are under threat, you see, and require the help of one such as you to survive. A great avalanche has swallowed a place known as Zigorta, the Open-Armed, once home to a sacred altar and its keepers. Although thankfully uninhabited at the time, I fear this was no accident. No, this destruction was caused by the snow spirits of Urqopacha. Before anyone gets on their high horse, he might be being quite literal here, because the snow spirits do in fact actually take on a physical form. But they are the snow bunnies, remember, from the dungeon a while ago. While we, Yok Huy, lived in harmony with these spirits for generations, they have as of late become possessed by an inconsolable rage. None know why, and attempts at reason have only stoked their anger further. There is, however, a way to quell the spirits, a ceremony known as the Pact, which must be performed at the altar which was once so carefully maintained. An old friend taught me this. Yet therein lies our problem. The avalanche swept away much of the altar and its surroundings. We must repair it quickly so the rite can be performed. If we fail, all of Urqopacha may succumb to the spirit's wrath. I like a challenge, but I want to see what I'm working with first. Yep, always take a look at a job before you contract yourself to it. That is to be expected. Very well, let us visit what little remains. It will help you understand more clearly what is at stake. To the south of Warlord's Echo, you will find stairs leading to the ritual site. The guard at the top will allow us passage up the mountain. Oh, it's nice that it shows off the stairs, so we're going to go now. Alrighty. Yeah, generally throughout each expansion you'll find at least one allied society quest, formerly known as Beast Tribe quests, for crafters, gatherers, and for fighters. For example, in the Realm Reborn you have the Amalja, Sylphs, Kobolds, and Sahagin for the fighting stuff, and Ixal for the crafting and gathering stuff. Heaven's Ward you have the Vanu and the Bath for the fighting, and the Mughals for the crafting. Stormblood, it was the Kojin and the Ananta for the fighting, and Namazu for the crafting and gathering. Shadowbringers, we have the Pixie and the Katari for the... actually, no, Pixies were the fighting one. Katari, I believe, were gathering. I can't remember if they were fighting. I can't remember, actually. Dwarves were crafting. Endwalker, we have the Akrasodra, the Omicrons for the fighting and gathering. The Loporits were the crafters. And now we have the Yok Huy. You came, good. Before we cross the pass, might I ask your name? Jaffa, wait. The very same who felled Valagamanda? My apologies. I had no idea I was among one of our saviors. Not that I was doubtful before, but I suddenly feel much better about our chances for success. Come now, our destination is not far. Ah, it's nice to get that kind of reaction. Alright, what kind of damage are we looking at here? Oof. This is a fixer-upper, alright. Oh, dear lord. Yikes. This is not just a single artisan thing, this is a full-on construction crew you're needing. This is remains of Zigurta the Open-Armed. The damage is unlike anything I have ever seen. Even our histories contain few stories of such destruction. They are pissed. The structure at the far end is the Breathless Altar, where the ritual was performed, although it is yet now one could hardly guess what purpose it served. Do you feel that? Something beyond the usual chill in the air. Like I said, the snow spirits, aka the snow bunnies. Ooh, they are pissed. Grrr. Holy mother! Are we sure there's a crafting thing and not a, you know, kick the butt thing of? Huh, they don't want us coming any closer. And of course we step towards them. Okay. They left, thank goodness. To think they would be so bold. You have seen now the frenzy which grips them, yet they looked almost frightened by you. Have you encountered the spirits before? I may have kicked their ass once or twice. You bested them during the feat of proof. Well, I should expect no less from one who defeated a Tural Vidral. If you're even half as good at crafting as you are at fighting, I believe we are in good hands. It varies. Yet even the spirits are felled. They will be born again when next the snow falls, and they will rage. The pact is the only way we can set things to rights. Yet even if the altar were whole, there are none left who know how the ritual was conducted. Oh, great! Dartorgor was the final caretaker remaining and a dear friend of mine. However, before the avalanche buried all this, her body was lost in a tragic accident. What little I know of the pact I learned from her. I never encouraged her to speak more of the sacred practice, but now I wish I had. Didn't someone write this stuff down? Now I must make up for my lack of curiosity. I will learn how to appease the spirits in Dartorgor's stead. For many years she was Urqopacha's silent guardian, and I shall take up the mantle she left behind. Now that you have seen the scale of the undertaking before you, I ask you once more, will you join me in rebuilding Zigurta the Open-Armed? Count me in. I'm interested to see this pact for myself. Thank you. You have given me hope in these dark times. Before we get started in the altar proper, we should first restore the building where Dartorgor lived so we might have shelter. Yeah, probably a sound idea. It was fittingly called Warmth, and she lodged there with the other caretakers. It should make the perfect base from which to conduct our restoration. Wait, there were other caretakers? I don't suppose any of them could have maybe learned the rights or anything during this whole time? No? Okay. Now rest assured, I do not intend for just us to shoulder this burden. We do well to recruit a few more pairs of helping hands. I suppose that would be my first request. Please ask around Warlord's Echo for anyone willing to lend their aid. I will make what preparations I can for the work ahead. Many hands make light work. And we're going to be doing a lot of work. Alright. Let's start asking around and grabbing bodies. The avalanche caused all that damage. I see. You know, I spoke with Dartogar once, some years ago now. She said she lived alone in the mountains and was the sole keeper of an altar up there. Despite her solitary life, she seemed a bright and kind soul. I was saddened to hear her body was lost when she suffered that terrible fall. I'd always hoped she would visit again and tell me more about her unique experiences. Although I only met her the one time, I will not soon forget Dartogar. To honor her memory, I pledge my aid in Zigguratha, the Open Arms reconstruction. My trade is carpentry, but I am ready and willing to learn whatever it is needed. I shall speak with Farafar to see whether I can be of use. Alrighty. Ruffler! Hey there, buddy. It's been too long since we last met. Yeah, so the 2 quest lines you have to do to unlock the Yok Huy Allied Society stuff. Murfler's line and Nopley's line. I am come here with Nopley to trade, but people seem unsettled somehow. And of course it is snowing now, that's timing. The spirits. That explains why we were attacked by a group one snowy day not long ago. We greeted them kindly as usual, but were assailed with icy magic without warning. I had no choice but to drive them back or risk Nopley's life. The incidents have been troubling me ever since. They are our neighbours here at Urqopacha, after all. We have lived in harmony for so long. I take it that's why you're recruiting others to your aid. You never change, do you? Always eager to help those in need. Unfortunately, the life of a merchant demands we don't rest our feet for too long. Perhaps we could send others your way. Only the best, of course. We promise to share what you told us today with anyone whose ear we can bend. Now, let's be off, Murfler. I have no idea if that's what they actually sound. The entire time is just all text. So, Janelle Stonemason. The spirits have been acting strange, it is true. They're usually harmless tricks have been malicious, with merchants and their innocents being attacked unprovoked. Usually they appear in snowy days and invite passers-by to frolic under the falling flakes. What have gotten into them? Regardless, this problem affects all of us in Urqopacha. We're preparing the altar with help, and my supply of masonry is at your disposal. Sweet! I'm actually kind of surprised we don't have that as a kind of a thing. Because we've got carpenters, we've got blacksmiths, we've got armorers, we've got goldsmiths, we've got leatherworkers, we've got weavers, we've got alchemists, and we've got culinarians. We don't have any kind of stonemason lots. We don't have any kind of stonemasony type of things. We've got miners and botanists and fishers, but in terms of the crafting, we don't have anything for, like, stonework. Goldsmith is maybe the closest we've got for that. With maybe some alchemists thrown in. Strapping Yok Huy. Oh god. You need help rebuilding Zigguratha the Open Armed? Ah, I know the place. A group of Yok Huy lived up there and looked after an altar, right? It was quite the trek, as I recall. We would visit from time to time. I knew there weren't many of them left, but I hadn't heard the last of them had gone. Terrible news. If you're going to rebuild their legacy, you'll need brawn. I have plenty of that to offer. Eh? Beggars can't be choosers. Alrighty, let's see what exactly we've got going on for this, shall we? You did well. I think we have a dependable crew to get started with. Voyargar here seems especially eager to pitch in. If I may, Farafar, I can do much more than shovel snow and haul stones. I am willing to assist in planning the reconstruction from start to finish. With you in charge of the larger picture, I can assign people to work where it is needed most. Having overseen many projects of this scale, I believe this to be the surest path to completion. You would do all that? Then I'd be grateful to accept your help, Voyargar. You are most welcome to it. Now, before we get started, do you happen to know where Dartogar's living sepulchre can be found? Upon it must be engraved stories of her life and work. It may shed some light on the mysteries of the snow spirits and the pact itself. Oh, we don't know where her gravestone is. It was likely erected near the altar, but if so, then it too may have been buried in the avalanche. I see. Well then, since the snow must be cleared away anyways, we can search for the sepulchre in the meantime. We will find it, I am certain. the Yok Huy have a whole thing where people aren't forgotten so long as they're remembered, and that is through their altars, through their gravestones, which kind of have like a summary story of their entire life embedded in as murals. Ah, there you are. You're the ones rebuilding the altar, right? Nopli told me you needed more help. Urqopacha. When I saw how fearlessly he wheeled and dealt with the Chiragar, I knew I had to become his pupil in trade, and so here I am. Consider me Nopli's eyes and ears. If you need someone to make deals with other merchants to procure supplies, leave it to me. I know Nopli has been making a name for himself as of late. If he vouches for you, then welcome aboard. This project is off to a better start than I ever imagined. We have all the help we need and then some, so now is as good a time as any for the hands of Zigarta to rebuild warmth. Yeah. He's getting a little bit of a sore throat there. Speak to me when you are ready to use those expert skills I recruited for you for. Now, first things first, restoration of our soon-to-be living quarters. The heavy lifting and building can be left to us Yok Huy, while you craft the supplies we need for some of the finishing touches. If we are to live among these frozen peaks, we require flooring which will insulate us from the cold. The space is large, so we'll need a few boxes worth. Can I count on you for that? Here should be everything you require for the task, but if by chance you run out, Urqopacha will provide you for some more. Alrighty. Well, let's get making. Once you do that, I shall assign tasks to the others. Let's get to work then. Okay, synthesize sets. Let's put you over to here. There we go. Society quests. Yok Huy. Warmth repair supplies. We just need a normal version, so we just need progress. Ooh, that's going to be interesting to deal with. Let's see. Just double checking what all the buttons do again, because it's been a while since I did the crafting. Okay, that got a little dicey there. Is it just veneration for this, or is it, do I have another thing? The problem is when they remove half the things and change the things around. So I know veneration can help increase synthesis. Great Strides is the version for touch, which is the quality, but we don't need quality, we just need synthesis boosting. Doesn't look like I've got another thing for synthesis boosting beyond veneration, so just to ensure. Go. Aha! I see your skills were no mere boast. Excellent work. Now thanks to you, Warmth will be a place worthy of his name. Please feel free to rest a while. We will take it from here. So, much like the gathering quest with the Mamuja, the crafting itself doesn't give much of experience. The crafting quest line hand-ins, however, they give a ton of experience. So as long as you have a level 90 crafter, and you then start doing these, bada boom. Hey! We now have a nice warm hut to live. We now have a nice warm place to stay. Ooh. Why everyone works so eagerly, and as if they have forgotten entirely the biting cold without. The sight truly speaks to the quality of your contribution. The road ahead of us is long, but I am glad we have taken our first step upon it together. I hope you will continue to lend us your expertise. Of course. As long as I'm getting paid. Are you watching, Dartogor? I promise you that soon, the spirits in Yok Huy will live in peaceful harmony once again. The collapsed living quarters have been repaired, marking the beginning of Zigguratha the Open Arms restoration. Yet the snow spirits must still be appeased. Only by continuing their work can Farafar and her crafters... Farafar's a girl. Okay. See, that's the problem with the Yok Huy. You can't... The physical model... The models of the Yok Huy, you can't tell the difference between male and female. Whoopsie! Quell the spirit's rage and bring peace to the mountains. Right, okay, so Farafar's a lady Yok Huy. Oi. I'm gonna forget that fast. I'm gonna forget that. Alrighty. So let's see what exactly we have on options just now. We've got friendly. Let's see. Nothing specifically in the Yok Huy thing just yet at friendly. So let's repair gear, because you do take a little bit of damage during the crafting process. We'll work for supplies. Alright. Quests. And let's get to work on bumping these guys up. Alright, hold my hand while we're going into this bit to grab them first. You cannot fly here. Okay, good to know. Ground mounts only. We are grounded whilst in Zigguratha. Okay. This is a lot of stuff to fix. Alright, Zarharkar, what have you got for us? Here are the hand warmers, yes. Here are the requisite materials. Alrighty. Oh, for hell's sakes. Come here. Crafting log. There we go. Again, 35. I mean, I got the condition good. Yeah, I wouldn't be an idiot not to use that. Alright, now move the handies over to our supplier who is in here. There we go. Alright, that's that handed in. And on to the next batch. Each quest should, when you hand them, when you do the handle, when you do the final hand in, should give about 60 XP for them thing. So. And the beast trap stuff is a daily hand in quest, so it is a daily thing. Resets with the daily reset, so. Yep, 60 rep. That's the koi. Tricky ward. Alright, let's go grab the other stuff from the other places now. home exterior components in the Eurasian fashion. Okay. There we go. First one. Oh, sod. I was an idiot. I missed out that I did that. Oh well. I'm a numpty. Yeah, unfortunately the condition thing is completely random. Getting a glow, so grab some glow stones for the housing. Alright, Yok Huy Mountaineer, what have you got for me? Okay, so this one didn't require some crafting at all. That's... yeah, fair enough. I'll take that. I'll take an easy quest anytime. Yeah, but most of the quests you get for these things will be make this, gather that. Other times it will be as simple as like, NPC has this item, give it to this NPC. Do-do-do-do. That happens. And it's just 3 quests per day. 3 quests per day, and let's see. I have no idea what we're actually likely to be doing next anyway, so... well, that is the start of it, and I will see you with the next video in a couple of hours for the Yok Huy. Till then, JaffaArchfiend, out.